Fresh out of a relationship, I decided to explore casual dating for some fun and joined Tinder. I explicitly communicated to my matches that I wasn't looking for anything serious, just casual outings like dinner dates or pub nights. Among the matches, there was a charming guy named Andrew, who recently moved to my city and shared my sentiment about keeping things light. We arranged to meet at a well-known bar, a place where I felt safe due to connections with friends on the staff. Andrew was punctual and our initial conversation revealed him to be a cool guy. We discussed his freelance career as a software developer, his living arrangements with friends, and my fortunate situation of having my own one-bedroom apartment, thanks to support from my parents. Despite his offer to drop me home, I preferred to Uber alone, leading to a joking remark about meeting someone else. Our second encounter, a few days later at a different restaurant, escalated tensions. Andrew got irked by my food choices. Even though I insisted on paying for myself, once again, he pressed to drop me home, citing concerns about late-night safety. Exhausted, I reluctantly agreed. The following morning, Andrew surprised me with plans for a picnic. While the day started pleasant, his attempt to kiss me revealed a less appealing side, his breath. Despite my discomfort, I endured the picnic until I insisted on returning home due to the distance. Andrew, however, had other plans, suggesting we finish bubbly at my apartment. Upon arrival, he questioned my reluctance, claiming women face dangers when Uber's home alone. Tired and unable to argue, I reluctantly agreed. That night, Andrew messaged me about picking me up for a morning picnic, reinforcing the sense of unease. During a subsequent dinner, a mysterious phone call exposed Andrew's hidden agenda. Tensions rose as he confronted the caller, implying an ongoing relationship. Shocked and terrified, I struggled to comprehend the situation. Andrew's behavior became increasingly erratic, accusing me of selfishness and labeling me a spoiled brat. Fearing for my safety, I devised a quick escape plan. As Andrew yelled at me in his car, I seized the opportunity to run to the cafe under my apartment building. Explaining the situation to a neighbor, I sought refuge while blocking Andrew. To this day, I remain uncertain about his intentions, speculating that he might have been homeless and sought shelter in my apartment. Regardless, the ordeal left me shaken, and I'm grateful to have escaped without further harm. I have not seen him since, and the experience serves as a stark reminder to prioritize safety in the world of online dating. In the aftermath of that harrowing experience, I remained vigilant about my safety in the dating world. Cutting ties with Andrew was a necessary step, and I continued to share my story with friends as a cautionary tale. The incident underscored the importance of setting clear boundaries and listening to my instincts. As time passed, the memory of Andrew and his unsettling behavior gradually faded. Replaced by a newfound sense of empowerment, I approached dating with a heightened awareness, prioritizing my well-being over fleeting connections. The ordeal taught me to trust my judgment and never compromise my safety for the sake of politeness or convenience. Reflecting on the episode, I recognized the resilience within myself. While the encounter with Andrew had been disturbing, it served as a catalyst for personal growth and a reminder that I possess the strength to protect myself. In closing this chapter, I embrace the lessons learned, acknowledging the darker side of online dating, while appreciating the potential for personal development that emerged from challenging experiences. Moving forward, I navigated the dating landscape with greater caution, armed with the knowledge that my safety was paramount. The encounter with Andrew may have been a frightening episode, but it ultimately strengthened my resolve and sharpened my awareness, ensuring that I approached future connections with a more discerning eye. We all make foolish decisions in life, but in this instance, I displayed a level of stupidity that was truly remarkable. I had arranged to meet an individual from Tinder, and due to my height-related insecurities and anxiety about driving, I opted for him to pick me up outside my residence. Despite engaging in conversation with him for several weeks, I realized that the decision I made on that fateful day could have resulted in a far worse outcome. Fortunately, I am here to recount the tale. The gentleman arrived to collect me in his vehicle, expressing his intention to take me out for sushi, a cuisine I thoroughly enjoy. Content with this plan, he input the restaurant's name into the GPS, and we set off. Pleasant conversation ensued, until I began noticing trees outside my window instead of the expected urban landscape. Puzzled, as our destination was supposed to be in town, not within the wilderness, a sense of fear began to grip me tightly. He assured me that the GPS was responsible for leading us through this route, a path he claimed not to have chosen. Alarmed, I implored him to return to the city. My wide-eyed expression likely resembled that of a deer caught in headlights. His apprehensive visage indicated that he was aware of my escalating fear. Inwardly, I berated myself for not overcoming my driving anxiety and choosing a public meeting spot. What the fuck was I thinking? Echoed in my mind. The woods surrounding us fueled my growing terror, envisioning scenarios of a potential murder in the making. Attempting to maintain composure, I discreetly checked my phone for GPS assistance, only for him to utter spine-chilling words, "There's no signal out here." Panicking internally, I resolved to appear calm and collected, suppressing any suspicion that he might be up to something sinister. My anxiety was palpable. Cold fingertips and simultaneous sweating were unmistakable signs of my internal turmoil. A part of me almost wished he would hasten the ominous fate, rather than leave me in suspense. Eventually, we reached the restaurant after what felt like an eternity. Never before had I been so terrified. Though physically trembling and lacking any appetite upon arrival, the fact that he had not acted on his sinister intentions during the journey allowed me a glimmer of relief. I had already decided to take a different Uber home, unwilling to endure such an experience again. However, the shock persisted when, out of the blue, he inquired about our potential intimate encounter. My disbelief at this proposition during a first date, especially after witnessing my ghostly compaction moments earlier, left me dumbfounded. I sat there, unable to respond, my speechlessness only intensifying. "I can't wait for a whole month," he declared. Leaving me utterly speechless, the remainder of the date unfolded in an awkward silence, as I bid him farewell and took my Uber home. His subsequent text expressing doubts about our compatibility due to differing libidos confirmed my decision to distance myself from him. During the Uber ride home, I marveled at the stark contrast. My driver navigated the well-lit streets, avoiding any potential murder sites. Unlike the eerie wilderness route chosen by my date, the whole experience was chilling, raising questions about whether his intentions were sinister or if it was an honest mistake. I emerged from the ordeal alive, having learned a crucial lesson that I had foolishly ignored. Never allow strangers from a dating app to pick you up. That night served as a harsh lesson, one that I should have already known, but foolishly chose to overlook. The decision to let a stranger from a dating app pick me up could have ended in tragedy, but I was fortunate to escape unscathed. As I reflected on the unnerving events, I realized the importance of prioritizing my safety over momentary conveniences. I took the experience to heart, vowing never to compromise my well-being for the sake of ease or excitement. It was a chilling reminder of the potential dangers lurking in the seemingly innocent act of meeting someone new. From that point forward, I approached online dating with a newfound caution, making sure to prioritize public spaces and avoiding compromising situations. While the night left me shaken, and with lingering questions about my date's intentions, I emerged stronger and more vigilant. The chilling encounter served as a catalyst for self-awareness, and a reminder that our choices, especially when it comes to personal safety, should never be taken lightly. As I closed that chapter and embraced the lessons learned, I was grateful for the opportunity to share my story as a cautionary tale for others navigating the unpredictable realm of online dating. Once upon a recent time, I found myself compelled to re-enter the dating scene. The traditional bar encounters weren't yielding the desired results, prompting me, like many single college girls, to resort to a dating app. Engaging in online conversations boosted my confidence, encouraging occasional real-life dates. Although I didn't meet many in person, there was one encounter that stood out for all the wrong reasons. This guy, let's call him Aaron, and I planned to have dinner. Despite his initial enthusiasm, he mysteriously went off the grid on the designated day, citing a work-related excuse. Skeptical but willing to give it another shot, I agreed to reschedule. On the day of the second attempt, Aaron instructed me to meet him at his house for a ride to the restaurant. While hesitant about this arrangement, having talked online for over a week convinced me to go along with it. However, when I approached his house, Aaron instructed me to park down the road, raising my first red flag. Ignoring my better judgment, I entered his car, and we embarked on what should have been a short drive to the restaurant. To my surprise, after 25 minutes, we found ourselves on a desolate back road, questioning our whereabouts. Aaron unveiled a convoluted story about the restaurant relocating, revealing that we had passed the supposed new location earlier. The absence of a restaurant address in his GPS compounded my unease, constituting the second red flag. Despite these warning signs, I stayed, and we continued our evening. However, Aaron's approach became increasingly eerie. Instead of finding the promised restaurant, he diverted us into darkness, eventually pulling over at a wooded trail, claiming we needed to walk the rest of the way for stargazing. Throughout the journey, Aaron cracked unsettling jokes about being a serial killer, creating an uncomfortable atmosphere. The night took a bizarre turn as he spun elaborate stories, only to conclude with a casual, "just kidding." The evening continued with erratic behavior, including a sudden change of plans and inappropriate comments, culminating in a demand to know if I would kiss him before the night ended. Things escalated when Aaron insisted on applying chapstick before a potential kiss, leading to uncomfortable advances. Frustrated and angered, I rejected his inappropriate actions. The situation took a darker turn when he received a text purportedly from his uncle, claiming an emergency at home. Feeling done with the charade, I left his car in a dark parking lot at midnight, concluding an evening that left me bewildered and shaken. In the days that followed, the realization hit me that the restaurant he claimed had moved was still in its original location, and his house was merely minutes away. The question lingered, where was he intending to take me? The unsettling encounter served as a stark reminder to trust my instincts and prioritize my safety in the realm of online dating. As I reflected on that perplexing night, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief that I had escaped unharmed from a potentially dangerous situation. Aaron's web of lies, inappropriate behavior, and the eerie detour through the woods had left an indelible mark on my perception of online dating. In the aftermath, I approached dating with greater caution, learning to discern warning signs and prioritize personal safety. Sharing my experience became a crucial part of my journey, serving as a cautionary tale for others navigating the unpredictable landscape of online connections. While that night was a disconcerting chapter, it became a catalyst for personal growth and resilience. Armed with the lessons learned, I ventured into future encounters with a heightened sense of awareness. The incident underscored the importance of trusting one's instincts and maintaining a firm stance against compromising personal boundaries. In closing, the unnerving encounter with Aaron served as a reminder that beneath the allure of online connections lurk potential dangers. As I continued my journey, I remained vigilant, ensuring that each subsequent chapter in my dating life unfolded with a keen awareness of my own well-being. Whew. That was one spine-chilling journey into the world of online dating apps with a terrifying twist. I hope you all enjoyed this hair-raising experience as much as I did. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you survived the scare, subscribe for more bone-chilling content, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our next creepy adventure. Remember, the digital realm might not always be what it seems, and those seemingly harmless swipes could lead you down a dark and eerie path. Stay vigilant out there, and may your next date be far more delightful than the ones we've uncovered today. Thanks for joining me on this spooky expedition. Until next time, stay safe, stay scared, and happy haunting.